Yo, what is going on today, guys? Today we're looking at Specters. So this is kind of a big deal in the first FAQ listed about the patch notes from GG. So for 3.25 in the live reveal trailer, we saw that the old Affliction corpses are coming back and they're going to be available from the ritual mechanic. I talk about this in my League Starter build guide that I'll link down below, where I'm going to be playing Poison, Golem, Zombie, Necromancer, as we need to see what kind of Specters are coming back. I'm going to be farming Ritual if this is any good, and turns out this is going to be really, really good. So question is asked, are all Affliction corpses being re-added? Yes. Awesome. But with balance changes, notably a lot of the auras from them are less powerful. So I want to roll us back to Affliction, or if you didn't play Affliction, basically these Specters were incredibly powerful support Specters. Even like bow builds and other builds were trying to get Specters into their build just to use these. Basically they provided like level 27, I believe, auras, or level 25 auras to your minions and you and everything. But I thought I played a minion build that league. I thought minion builds gathered the most from this because we were already like scaling minion life, minion damage, and Specters just kind of took over. So I'm gonna go through all of the Specters that I think are really, really good support Specters. This is really what I was hoping to hear. This is like enormous buff to any minion build. I'm gonna go over some of the Specters that were available in that league, and we're gonna just go over them real quickly here. So if you like this kind of content and want to see more updates regarding minion build or build that I'm specifically playing, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. Click the like button, it means a lot to me. And check out Twitch stream. But other than that, let's jump into it. So I'll have this link down below in the description. This is the PoE wiki listing all the corpses available from Affliction League. As you can see, there's quite a few. If you didn't play this league, the important thing to look out for is pretty much all of your best Specters start with Perfect. I mean, to be clear, all the best Specters start with Perfect. There are basically 3 tiers of each corpse available: Imperfect, Normal, and Perfect. The Perfect ones are the ones that got like out of control crazy and provided giant buffs. So I'm just going to go through this list and point out the ones that I thought were really important and really powerful, and we can look to see and use again now in this new patch. First one for me is Perfect Forest Tiger. Perfect Forest Tiger not only provides a haste buff to your entire screen. This is particularly important to me because I'm using Vol Haste as one of my gems in my build, and I could just take it out if I wanted to, or replace it if I'm having a haste aura from a minion. It also provides 5% chance to grant a frenzy charge to nearby allies on hit. While this chance seems low, this minion attacks a lot. It has haste. It's a very quick attacking minion. You're going to get this frenzy charge a lot for you and your minions. My particular build, we're using permanent minions, so they'll just pretty much have their frenzy charges, and this would actually replace a Carnage Chieftain as one of your Specters because you're getting the frenzy charges plus haste. So incredibly, incredibly strong. Next up is the Perfect Guardian Turtle. I would never use this one personally because I'll be running Determ on my build, but it does cast Determination, and then the owner gets 5% Fizz damage reduction. Pretty nice. Next up, Perfect Primal Thunderbird casts Grace, and if you're playing an Elemental build, this minion actually applies a Lightning Exposure debuff to enemies. So you get free Grace, which is actually really nice if you're running any sort of evasion, and then Lightning Exposure. I'm gonna skip over a couple of these I think are not particularly important as support Specters. I know there were some builds with using Perfect Dark Marionette as like an explosion kind of minion style, so that's pretty cool that they're coming back. Next up, we have the Perfect Hulking Miscreation. For my particular build, either the Perfect or the regular are both good. The one line that's important here for me is buffs nearby construct with 100% increased damage and 30% increased attack and cast speed. Hey Ferks, why is that important? What's a construct? Golems are constructs, apparently, in Path of Exile. So this is a 100% increased damage golem buff, as well as the hack and cast speed. If I was playing a build that could do elemental damage, you could go for the Perfect, and you get 20% of Fizz as extra lightning. This is incredibly strong. I will warn you, though, that I did play with this minion in Affliction League, and it was incredibly obnoxious in your hideout. It sits there, you basically had to meet your game. It just sits there like pounding a drum and screaming. So keep that in mind. Let's go over a couple more that are important here. Perfect Spirit of the Fortune, not particularly good for my build, but it does a Wrath aura, and then lightning damage of nearby allies is lucky. If you're playing a lightning-based build, this is like an incredibly huge damage increase. Just any lightning build, nothing if you minion build. Let's see. Next up, I want to talk about, I'm skipping a bunch of these because there are some that are not particularly important to me. Perfect Hydra was used as like a actual Specter build. It does a big screen wide cold damage like projectiles. It's very cool. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. Next up for me is Perfect Forest Warrior. I think this one is incredibly strong. It's one that I used actually in Affliction League with a minion build. Nearby allies have Onslaught. I just want to show what this does to my build. Basically, I come in here, we're dealing 21.9 million DPS. I click on minions have Onslaught, up to 24 million. This is about a 10% more damage increase. So absolutely huge for my build, something I'm looking to get. Also, this minion has Culling Strike, so before you get a Kingmaker in your Animate Guardian, you actually don't have access to a Culling Strike mechanic on my current iteration of the build, so this would give you a Culling Strike mechanic as well. Next up, one of the most popular ones from Affliction League is Perfect Naval Officer. This guy's kind of insane. He casts Precision, which would be cool for my build, because that means that we could drop the plus 250 accuracy node for minions. I have it here. It's a minion offense mastery, plus 250 accuracy. The precision from this guy will be stronger than plus 250 in any world, I believe. So definitely we could replace a node there. And then it also provides plus 10 fortification. Plus 10 fortification is just really good. Fortification's good. You'd get this, and all of your minions would get this. Very strong. And it would stack with a Kingmaker fortification. It's plus 10, not has 10 exactly. It's plus 10. So important there. Perfect Warlord is the one that I think I want to talk about the most. Perfect Warlord is interesting because it wasn't one that I was particularly interested in during the actual Affliction League, but with how important endurance charges are going to be this league, now that they grant physical damage reduction and elemental damage reduction instead of just elemental resistances per charge, this guy will share its endurance charges with allies. That includes you and your minions. So this is a way that minions can get access to endurance charges. And it also casts the Vitality Aura. I'm not running Vitality, I'm not really going into life regen, so if I can have a minion that's giving me endurance charges and a big life regen, and it goes to my minions, that's huge. This is huge for minion defense. This is a really, really strong defensive minion. I just want to talk about what this actually does in the PoE that I have going around as well. We would basically be able to cut this small cluster duel for Enduring Composure. We would also drop down to 3 endurance charges, so we would drop the +1. Important thing to note there is since he is sharing his endurance charges, we can't get the Perfect Forest Warrior's endurance charges past 3, so there's no point in me having +1 unless I found a different way to get my endurance charges. But this is huge. A way to access endurance charges for free on a Specter with Vitality is actually huge. Other than that, what do we have? We have Perfect Judgmental Spirit, Cast Discipline. I'm not focused on Energy Shield, so not particularly important. Perfect Meat Sack is kind of cool. Owner's minions have 40% increased max life, so this is the 40% increased max life for my minions. That's really nice. And that is the last one I want to talk about. One caveat to all this is I believe that in Affliction League, the perfect versions of these were incredibly rare for some of them. For example, Perfect Naval Officer was extremely rare. I never actually saw one in the shop. You could buy them from a shop in Affliction League. I never actually saw it roll, and I checked like every single map for a long time. I ended up buying this on the trade for like a few, like 5 or 6 divines. They were really expensive too for league start. I suspect these will be tradable again. They were tradable in Affliction League after like the first week. They fixed it so that they were tradable. I fully expect them to be tradable again. There'll be less people playing minion builds this league. That league was full of people playing Summon Raging Spirits as well. So they should be more available if people are doing Ritual. Ritual, I don't think is super common to be farmed. We'll see if it's more common in this league because that is where you're accessing tattoos, omens, these corpses, a couple of new ritual base types. So hopefully that gets more farmed and you can access these specters early. But I'm super excited to actually farm ritual myself and see what we can get for free before even checking the trade market. Alright, so that is my rambling on specters for the new league. If you found this video informative at all, do me a favor, hit the like button down below and subscribe. Other than that, I'll catch you next time. We talk more getting ready for the league. I want to do another video on the league mechanic itself that I'm super excited about, and then a Atlas tree overview video of how I'm going to start my league. So make sure to click subscribe to see those videos pop up. Anyways, catch you next time.